Now, this morning, we will hear from a number of highly accomplished entrepreneurs and professionals on their own innovation journey, and we'll have the opportunity to interact and see the results of so many talented business owners that are here today that have been supported in their own journey by Kariri. Given this lineup, I would like to keep my own remarks short and to the point, and focus on the partnership that IDB has had with Kariri over 2 decades. So, in preparing my remarks yesterday, I thought what would be of most interest. And we're here to talk about the power of dreams, and we're here to talk about the innovation and entrepreneurial journey. Now, Kariri, like the IDB, like IDB Lab, we are support organizations. So we don't often come to the forefront. We don't often have ads on TV. We don't actually have a lot of goods and services that we can offer for sale to the public. Our role is to facilitate, to encourage, and to support the entrepreneurs and the innovators and the dreamers out there. Because it is your investment of time, it is your courage, it is your journey that actually is going to carry this country forward and this region forward. You know, I am from an entrepreneurial family myself. 1976, my dad left many big jobs in finance and he started a little accounting practice. It was on Wrightson Road. One little office, 2 desks pushed together, one for what was then called a secretary and one for himself. This is the age of typewriters. And he put out his shingle to provide accounting services. And when clients would come and see him, because he had one little office, his assistant had to sit in a chair on the corridor because, business is confidential. So why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because today in 2022, that business, it remains small, but it has generated a livelihood. It has put me through school, my siblings. It has created employment for many people over time, and it has helped countless businesses. And if my dad had passed away being in a corporate job like what I probably am in, well, not corporate, but he died in the year 2000. Would his savings at that time been able to carry his wife, who never worked, was a homemaker, through 22 years and still going? Still be able to create value, still be able to provide jobs. And that is something that there's no value you can put on that. No value at all. So the message that I want to tell you is, yes, running a business, we know it's tough. There are many challenges. We had the COVID catastrophe that happened. Well, out of that, even some of us got to use technology and were forced to use it for the first time. But you are the ones that are going to create a future, right? And the role of IDB Lab and of Kariri is here to support you. So Kariri themselves, as an organization, through our partnership in 2 decades, there are a few lessons and a few observations of their own journey, which I thought I would bring to the podium today, that may be able to inform, inspire, and encourage your own business journey, although you're different organizations. So where would I start? So I first met with Kariri several years ago. Actually, it was probably about 20 something years ago, when I was at the start of my own career in development, having left the private sector to make the leap into the development space. And it was my first encounter with the then CEO and Liaquat Ali Shah and Megnath Gosang, who's here today. And what we discussed was a vision that Kariri had to transform from an organization which at the time was primarily known for doing technical testing and certification to being an organization that could drive and support innovation across sectors in Trinidad and Tobago. So as Mrs. Shah shared with me the vision that Kariri could evolve using its international network, using its talent base, and importantly, using its reputation and relationship as a trusted partner of the private sector to really transform what they were doing, we got very excited and we were intrigued to work with this organization, and so the journey began. So what were the attributes that Kariri demonstrated that have facilitated a state enterprise that was very technical to evolve and grow as a valued partner in Trinidad and Tobago's innovation journey and as a partner to you, the business people that are out there innovating today? So I would say that these factors, really I'll highlight four that I think are of relevance to what you're doing and where you're going. So first off, Kariri had a clear vision. They had a North Star, if you like, of where they wanted to go. And this was not developed in isolation, but was informed through an understanding of the opportunities and challenges faced by business people that they saw as their clients, an understanding of the business environment or the market space, and also through engagement with international research and technology organizations across the globe. Because Kariri has always been a very active member of this organization called WITRO, which are organizations in every continent that support innovation and growth of businesses. So they had a vision, and although they recognized that it was important to plan, but they also recognized that navigating a very dynamic environment, while we implement a plan, we have to recognize challenges and we have to recognize when we need to change an approach. So we focus on where we are going, but we are not emotionally welded to how we are getting there. Right? So we partner with Kariri, and Kariri has always remained fluid in whatever program that they have tried to implement, recognizing that they are not entrepreneurs themselves, they don't run a business. We are seeking to support businesses. So how do we do that? We galvanize resources, we get our talent base together, and we take smaller measured steps, right? We test, and importantly, listen to the feedback from those we are trying to support so that we are able to adapt and we are able to come to a place where we are in the right direction. Because I'll tell you, when I left the private sector and came into development, a lot of my colleagues at PricewaterhouseCoopers at the time told me, oh, now you have a cushy job. And I told them, I said, let me tell you something. To me, development, there's no magic formula that A and B will get you to C. Right? And sometimes I'd rather run back screaming to a marketing problem. It's a very complex journey. And so Kariri has taken these measured steps and experimented with different approaches and is not afraid to recognize when something is not working, change gears, try another approach. Okay, learn from every opportunity. The second observation I would offer is that Kariri has always embodied and demonstrated the implementation of a mantra of one of my own personal mentors, which is think global but act local. So Kariri's team over the years have developed and continuously built very strong working relationships with other technology organizations across the world, from Denmark to South Africa, India, China, and Brazil, spanning many continents, and these organizations deploy a range of approaches. looking and working with these organizations, exchanging through visits ideas, observing, bringing back to Trinidad and Tobago, right? But not bringing it back as a cut and paste, but bringing back the ideas and deploying them in a way that is relevant and which can help us. And I think that this has been very instrumental. And in your business, the reality is we start our businesses here. But it's always good to understand what's going out in the global space and how we can adapt some of these things into what we are doing today and where we want to go in the future. So third or fourth, the factor that has contributed to Kariri's success and which can help you is that they continue to invest and build knowledge and capability of their team. There are many organizations out there that when they get invited to go to South Africa, for example, they send their CEO, right? Or they send somebody very higher up. Kariri has often sent their technical people out there because they recognize that it's the technical people that are going to really interrogate, going to maybe understand the mechanics of what is being done, and are going to bring it back here and put it in motion. And I think that's admirable. And their first CEO, well, the one that I met, Mr. Shah, he had something that is invaluable in business and any organization. He had an eye for talent, right? So over the years, Kariri has really attracted some of the brightest and most capable people that I have had the honor to work with. Some have stayed for a short time, some have been there for the long haul. But they really have invested in their people, setting performance standards, but also mentoring, guiding them, and giving them the space for independent thought to bring their own innovations to the fore. So as you run your businesses and you build your teams out, bringing people that are as committed as you, have the talent and will work hard alongside you is going to be a key factor. And finally, and in closing, I would like to touch on the fourth factor that has made Kariri really successful in transitioning to this innovation actor. And that is the ability to forge and maintain partnerships over time, not working in a silo, not always having a clear objective or an agenda at the outset of meeting a new partner, of what they're trying to get out of them, but really investing in building a relationship, in helping each other. IDB has been working with Kariri over 2 decades. There are times that we have called upon them from time and for advice, for expertise, for resources to help us. And not on no occasion has Kariri said, no, we will not do that. Right? Not expecting an immediate reciprocation in terms of financing or, sponsor a trip or anything like that. And in this way, they have shown, not just to the IDB, but to other partners in their network, that it is a valued, trusted, and credible entity. So I would say to you as business people, demonstrate to your own network that you're a valued, trusted, and credible entity. Don't expect when you meet somebody or you interact with an organization that the next day something is going to materialize. But build those relationships over time. And as people get to know you, remember, organizations are just people. They believe in you. You're top of the mind. And when an opportunity presents itself, they're going to think of you. When somebody's looking for a business to do something, they're going to think of you. They're going to recommend you because they have faith in you. So like the best marriages, a partnership needs time, effort, and mutual respect to flourish. It's Kariri's investment in building these meaningful partnerships that have contributed to its success and to realizing the power of its dreams. And it is the fact that Kariri is a tried and trusted partner that despite some rumblings in the background, when the European Union and the Ministry of Planning sat with us to develop this innovation fund that would provide direct financing for businesses that were selected for innovation projects. Our team in Trinidad and Tobago adamant that Kariri would get the job done. And they've started, and businesses have benefited, and we will work on from there. So we hope that this program, as our fourth program, will serve as a platform for Kariri to really continue its journey of transformation and evolution to become more helpful to encouraging businesses and to support not just their own dream of being an innovation actor, but to support and inspire you, the entrepreneurs, and you, the innovators, right here in Trinidad and Tobago in conquering the world. So thank you for your time and attention, and I wish all of you the greatest of success and a profitable Christmas season.